Hello, everybody, and welcome to this webinar, How to Accelerate Your Business Intelligence Project on SAP S4HANA with our RapidViews solution. So my name is Jerome Tokan. I am the CEO of RapidViews, and I am with Alexandre Rouen.
Hello.
Our technical manager. So click here. So we are going to tell you, to explain you who we are, RapidViews. Then we will talk about our predefined business content. We'll talk about SAP DataSphere. We'll do a live demonstration, and we'll talk also about our BI Smart Repository, how it's our second tools, and we'll talk about BW and about references. I hope everybody can see our screen. Nettoyer. Yeah. Okay, so let's start. Is it okay, Alexandre? Everything is okay? Yeah. I don't know if do we have an issue with the screen. Okay. I hope you see our screen. If not, feel free to let us know if everything is okay. So RapidViews. Alors, we are a software editor specialized in SAP Analytics solution. We have two main missions. We accelerate analytics projects, and we centralize and masterize all your analytics components. We've got about 30 customers. We have about 10 partners worldwide, and we are, of course, SAP partner, and our solution is certified by SAP. So two main solutions, business content and the BI Smart Repository. Business content, it's some predefined data mart that accelerate your SAP Analytics project. And the BI Smart Repository is a cloud-based platform where we centralize and manage all the analytics components. So first one, let's talk about our predefined business content for S4HANA and SAP DataSphere. So about 4 or 5 years ago, we started to build this business content. So using only HANA technology, new HANA, of course, database for SAP, we started to build this concept of fact views, dimension views, and virtual data mart on the top of the core SAP module on FICO, SD, MM, PP, QM, EWM, PM, PS, and Ariba. And it's what we provide, predefined schemas and data marts that come with all these views, all the semantic layers, and samples of report. So let's say that you want to build a report that contains total invoice per material. You need to build a material dimension and a billing fact table. Material, it's what we built a few years ago. So to be able to have to get a nice material dimension, you need to be able to join multiple SAP tables. In this case, Mara with all these tables, and to know how to do that. It's what we built using the HANA technology. We provide the code in calculation views, CDS views for S4HANA, and also inside SAP DataSphere, so by using all the different layers of SAP DataSphere. So we build this concept of material component. We did the same for billing, right? So, and around a specific fact table, you have this concept of dimension that allow you to build the state of the art of this concept of predefined data mart, right? And around it, you have all this concept of a semantic layer where everything is renamed. We built that for, again, all the core SAP core modules. So today we deliver about 60 predefined data marts. We've got about 20 cross-module data marts. that mixed information between the different core SAP modules, more than 350 KPIs, and we access to thousands of SAP tables, and the solution came up with samples of reports. So on finance and controlling, we are covering everything about finance and controlling. We've got about 12 data marts, 50 KPIs, and about 7 samples of reports. We did the same for material management, purchase order and inventory, sales and distribution, orders, billing, deliveries, production planning, sales and operational planning, demand management, material and capacity requirement planning, again, quality management, extended warehouse management, plant maintenance. So as you see, we always provide this concept of data mart, semantic layer, and samples of reports. Okay? Project system and Ariba. Okay, so that's what we call our business content. We have about 30 customers today that are using this business content. So time after time, we improved it, of course, time by time, and we have some very, very strong references. We consider that what we provide is really a kind of backbone, right? It's a foundation where you're going, of course, to be able to modify any of these fields, because every customer is different. You need to set up your own Z tables. You need to modify and to define your own business rules. You need to define your own hierarchies. So everything is open. It's really a kind of toolbox that you're going to be able to use to accelerate your data warehouse project directly on S/4HANA. We have about 10 customers that are doing real-time directly on S/4HANA using this business content. Or you can also use SAP DataSphere if you want to build a data warehouse that will be multiple sources, where you will be able to import all your SAP tables, plus, of course, any external set of information. Okay, so that's what we provide. Also, this concept of RapidViews cross-module business content, where we mix the information between finance, material management, and so on. Typically, Alexandre, this report.
Yes, so this is an example of a few cross-module reports between SD and finance for the order to pay, and also cross FI and the material management with the purchase process with procure to pay. So this is this kind of dashboard that we can provide in a prepackaged with the prepackaged model and also the reporting layer.
Great, thank you very much. So let's talk about architecture. So I like this slide. You're on the first layer on the top, you see the different release of SAP. ECC on relational database, ECC based on HANA, and S/4HANA. In the middle, you have the data warehouse layer and the semantic layer on the bottom. So our RapidViews business content can be installed on ECC on HANA or S/4HANA. Okay, so in this case, you will do what we call a real-time BI reporting, which is different from using the transactional report through the embedded analytics. Okay, so typically our customers, for example, we have a customer, they are using Tableau software. They wanted to provide a very strong semantic layer directly in real time on S/4HANA using Tableau software. They did a proof of concept with RapidViews, and they say, okay, it's a way to go. And in a few months, they had all their semantic layers up and running, and it's what they wanted. They wanted to give to their end user a strong semantic layer to be able to for their users to be able to do any kind of reports. Okay, so we provide for the end user perspective a semantic layer where you can drag and drop and do any kind of report using your own reporting tools. Some of our customers are using, of course, SAC, SAP Analytics Cloud. Some other ones are using Web Intelligence. We have, of course, Microsoft Power BI, Tableau software, ClickView, MicroStrategy. So you can use any tools. What we provide, again, is a semantic layer that allow you to do the of course, the link between your reporting tools and your ERP S/4HANA. Okay. If you want to build a data warehouse, you will need to install RapidViews or Business Content on the SAP DataSphere component. We provide RapidViews on this area. And after, if you want, we have a lot of customers after that are doing some extraction to their data lake system. That could be Fabric, Microsoft Fabric, Snowflake, or any other system. Okay. Okay. So again, Business Content, predefined data mart, only developed on HANA technology that can be installed on ECC on HANA, S4HANA, or SAP DataSphere. And again, it allows you to accelerate your project. If you do not have such content, you need to know all the underlying SAP tables. You need to know how to build a data warehouse. You need to know how to build a dimension, fact, data mart, semantic layer. What if you had this foundation that will give you about 60–70% of your project, right? It's what our customers are about. It's just the way to accelerate your deployment, your business intelligence project, and to use a very strong foundation to do so. Okay. On SAP DataSphere, just to say that we have the same. We provide connectors if you decide to use SAP DataSphere to extract information from ECC, relational ECC, or ECC on HANA, or S4HANA. Okay, S4HANA, we are also some customer using S4HANA public or private cloud. It's also working. So we will give you all the predefined connectors to access to your ERP, SAP, right? And within SAP DataSphere, we plug all our scripts, and we provide this concept again of fact, dimension, all the data modelization, KPIs and data mart, and the semantic layers. And we provide also about 60 predefined reports, samples of report that you can directly use. So far on SAP DataSphere, we only provide samples through SAP Analytics Cloud technology. Okay, and we also have a connector to SAP Ariba. Okay, and this solution is certified also by SAP. So our Business Content, we accelerate the implementation of your BI project. It's a toolbox. We provide a foundation. You can reuse any of these components to do whatever you want. Of course, you are all different. You need to modify your business rule, your Z table, your hierarchy, and so on. So everything is open, and it has to be compatible between ECC and S4HANA. It's what we provide also, and you can use any reporting tools on the top of that. Okay. Can you show us maybe this concept of semantic layer within our tools?
Yes. So I will start my demo on SAC. So we can provide to our customers samples of reports in 4 technologies: SAP Analytics Cloud, Power BI. So this is the tool that I will show you today. And we have also the reports on Tableau software and business object. So for SAC, this is an example of what we can provide on an SAC. This is a report extracted from the RapidViews Material Management Business Content, and this one is focused on the analysis of the process between the purchase order and the invoice. And there are lots of the purchase request, the good receipt, the PO, the invoices, and these reports can give you a visualization and give you an overview on these different steps and the performance of these purchase process steps. So we provide this kind of dashboard with this graphism, but the most important thing for our customers is to then access to the semantic layer. So then all these reports can be customized, and then you just need to select tables or a graphic, and then you can access here to the available objects. And this is really the pre-value of RapidViews. This is this semantic layer composed of several KPI, like the number of PO, the number of PO item, PO quantity, GR quantity, etc., and also all the transactional and master data that are necessary to build this kind of dashboard. Okay, so in this case, for the material management dashboard, this is the company code, the good receipt, the material number, and then linked to this, relative to this material object. But there are lots of attributes like the family, the group, the material type name, etc., etc. So for every semantic, every data mart, we have approximately between 50 and 100 fields, SAP standard fields. Okay, you will not retrieve every fields contained in these SAP tables. So we have selected the most relevant fields for this kind of analysis. And then if you want to add custom fields or custom SAP tables, all of this is customizable. And so for this kind of dashboard, you have the data model that is deployed on SAP DataSphere or directly on your S4HANA. So if you want real-time and mono SAP instance, you can use the CDS, the technology CDS view, to have this kind of dashboard in real time. And if you want to have a real data warehouse, you can use DataSphere, and we provide every data model to build this dashboard in a few days.
So in SAC, you talk about data model. If you were using what we call a business object, you will provide the universe that contains a semantic layer.
Yeah.
If you use Microsoft Power BI, we provide this semantic layer as a data set, data model,
exactly,
correct?
Exactly. Yeah. So just to show you, in Power BI, this is the same concept. So we deliver some samples of reports. So for instance, this is the procurement dashboard with a view in this map, the detail of every PO, etc. And on the right panel, you can retrieve the complete semantic layer also with every data relative to company, GL account, material, all the quantities and the amounts that are used in this procurement process, etc., etc. Okay, so this is really
what we provide on the end user perspective.
Yes.
Semantic layer. Behind this semantic layer, this concept of predefined data mart, with this concept again of fact and dimension, where everything has been built. It's what we did for the core SAP module, right? And using any kind of SAP HANA technology, we only provide this business content in SAP HANA technology. Again, ECC on HANA, calculation views, CDS views on S4 HANA, and also in SAP DataSphere components, I would say, because it's different tools.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Alexandre. Let's go back to the presentation, please. So we talk about this business content, okay? Next, let's talk about our BI Smart Repository, okay? So the BI Smart Repository, again, it's a cloud-based platform where we centralize all your analytics components. So again, we are not a data governance platform. Okay, we are not a data governance platform. We are not competing against solutions like Alation, Colibra, Data Galaxy. We don't do that. We provide business intelligence governance, and we are here mainly to help any BI manager, user to be able to centralize and to find any kind of analytics information. Okay, we are fully dedicated to the analytic space. Okay. So far we have connectors for the reporting tools. Of course, we talk about analytics. We are very good to access to any kind of web intelligence report, Microsoft Power BI, Tableau software, SAP Analytics Cloud, Analysis for Office, BexQuery, DigDash, Fury Tile, and Click. We are on the way to finish the Click connector. On the other side, behind the report, when we are going to do all this concept of data lineage, as we talked before, of course, we are very good to access to the semantic layer of the report, but behind that, in the SAP world, we are extremely good to access to any BW component. We'll talk about that later. We are very strong BW connector. We access to any SAP DataSphere component, calculation views, CDS views, and also SAP ETL data services. We've got Microsoft SQL Server and soon Talent, and we also are working these days. Soon will come a connector to Snowflake, connector to BigQuery, and connector to Microsoft Azure. Okay, so we expand also the number of connectors on the behind that, but everything, because our customers are asking us this connector, is typically what we see on this overall analytics space. You've got a data warehouse, you have the data lake, so okay, you have many things, but so far the core complexity is still SAP. We are extremely good to be able to bring everything from SAP. Okay, so how does that work? We have 7 main features. First, the ability to do any kind of search, because we centralize everything. You can do a search on a table name, on a field name, on a report name, on a semantic layer, whatever. It will find the information. The system will allow you to find out any kind of data lineage from the report to the table. On the other side, you will be able to do what we call impact analysis. You select a table and you try to see where this table is used in your overall analytics space. So we do that extremely well. So 3 main features, I will say, for the BI manager, and for the end user, you have the ability to see the information as a catalog of information of business area, and for each of these areas you can select any of these sub areas and you will see the list of your report. Report could be, as you can see on this screen, a mix of web intelligence, Power BI, Tableau, whatever, because again we have this concept of hub. We have more and more customers that are using a legacy system like I will say web intelligence. Everybody these days are using Microsoft Power BI. If you're a big SAP shop, you will use maybe SAC or Analysis for Office. So it's quite easy these days to see customers that are using at least 2, maybe even 3 different reporting tools. What if you could centralize all the metadata of this report into one single platform? It's what we provide, again, through our BI Smart Repository platform. And because we have all the report, we also have access to all the different KPIs, and so you can see the KPIs and all the business rules behind your KPIs. Okay. And in the middle of that, we developed this intelligence. We call it the analytics wizard. What if you could, in one single place, access to, again, everything you build? So again, tables, semantic layer, data mart, views, tables, whatever. What if you could select any of these fields in a kind of wizard? And what if the system will tell you, but you already have a report that contains all your requirements? Maybe not. Maybe you will get a semantic layer that is covering what you want. So you will just need to open your reporting tools, access to this semantic layer, and build your report. And if not, the system will tell you which are the best views to use to build this report. Typically, extremely useful when you use the library of the thousands of CDS views from SAP. You have something like total SAP repository of CDS views is about 60,000 CDS views. What if you could easily find which CDS view is the best to answer one of your needs? It's what we provide, because again, we have all the CDS view repository from SAP plus our business content plus this intelligence allow you again to accelerate the deployment, and the exit is the system gives you a recipe and explain you what you need to do. Okay. Before to talk about BW, could you please show us, Alexandre, the main BI Smart Repository features?
Yes. So I will show you a small demonstration in the RapidViews platform. So this is a SaaS application. You can, for instance, use the search bar to make a search on sales and see every content, every report, KPI, SAP tables maybe that contain these sales data. So you can see here, for instance, every content, the sales orders, the sales summary semantic layer, the sales summary Power BI reports. Okay, you can also use this search bar to make a search on a more technical name like VBAK, for instance, that is an SAP tables, and you will find then the SAP tables. Okay, so you can import all your Power BI, Tableau, BO, business object, DataSphere, BW, referential, and then everything is classified here with the business areas. So you can filter on SD, on material management, and you will see everything filters here in with the filter here. Okay, so then when you, for instance, I just show you the P2P procure to pay dashboard on Power BI. So when you open the dashboard, you will see a small, a little description of an explanation, a functional explanation of the reports
that you can modify, right?
That you can modify. You will see a picture of these reports. You can directly also open the dashboard here from by clicking here. You will find the list of the columns, the list of the attributes, the KPI, and also the data lineage. So you are going to see every the data flow that is the data source of this semantic layer in Power BI. Okay, and at the end you will see the complete list of SAP tables that are modelized in your CDS or in your DataSphere or in another data warehouse tool to then be consumed in here in the reporting layer. Okay, and then you can also have this kind of lineage at the column level. So we can, for instance, you see the vendor name fields in the Power BI reports. You wonder how it's modelized, but you can see here that these fields is coming from the tables LF A1, and you can see that. Yeah. So you can use also the impact analysis. So for instance, I can select these SAP tables and see every object that are linked to these SAP tables. Okay, so this one, it's the DIM vendor content that contain the data from LF A1 SAP tables. So data lineage, impact analysis, this is very useful for our users to understand how the data is modelized, see if there is already a BI content that covers the requirement, and in order not to duplicate also the BI development. And so everything is centralized in this platform, and the developers, the key users, the end users can access to this platform to access the information. You would like me to show?
So you talk about data lineage. You search, all these concepts of search, impact analysis.
Yes.
And for the end user, you talk about the KPI Hub, Analytics Hub, and Business Catalog, correct?
So the KPI Hub, I can show this interface. This is more focused for the business, the key on the business users. For instance, if you are looking for a KPI relative to sales and distribution and a KPI that evaluate the performance of the deliveries, you can click here on delivery, and then you can find every KPIs that are deployed in your company for this kind of dashboard. And then when you have found the on-time KPI, you can see the functional explanation and also every SAP data source. So then you can see the complete lineage of this KPI, and you can find the formula, okay, the script of the calculation that is done in the technology CDS, DataSphere, or Power BI, etc. So this kind of KPI hub can really give a vision for the business users from a business area point of view. So we are talking about sales, procurement, finance, etc. And so the end user can find their dashboard. And here in this catalog, you can mix the different technology reporting tools.
Yeah, you centralize all the report that you have. That could be a mix between different technology like Power BI,
exactly.
Tableau software, and so on. Okay.
Maybe I can show the SAP referential with the CDS and the Fiori tile. So in this platform, we can import your BI contents to centralize the metadata, but we can also provide you the SAP standard embedded analytics or every Fiori tiles, every CDS that SAP provide in their standard version. So for instance, here, if I select the S4HANA version, I have every Fiori tiles here. I have all the CDS view provided by SAP. I can search, for instance, on sales and start to find some content. For instance, here, this one, the sales volume detail analysis. This is a standard Fiori tile that is quite used. So you will find a picture. You can have here the link to open directly in the Fiori Launchpad the tiles. You will retrieve the list of the columns, the list of the formula as well. You can see here the percentage. And also you will find the data lineage. And so you can very quickly find the complete list of the CDS views that are modelized this data for the sales volume. And then you can navigate directly in, for instance, in this CDS view, the sales volume analysis query. And then you will find those columns. You will find the scripts also that you can duplicate to create a standard content, and then also the data lineage. So very useful also to understand how a Fiori tile is built, and also this is an interface that can give you the list of the Fiori tiles or the CDS that you need for your requirements. Yeah.
And even more than this, we have a customer right now. They built their project using calculation views a few years ago, okay, and they want to move their calculation views to the standard CDS view from SAP, right?
Yeah.
So using our analytics wizard, we first imported all their calculation views. We've got all this repository of the CDS views, and thanks to our analytics wizard, we do the link between their old calculation views and the equivalent in CDS views. So you can also, of course, use these tools for migration purpose.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so great. So you show us some Fiori tile, you show us some this concept of CDS views. So
analytics wizard, maybe?
After no. So again, we are the only one on the market today to provide such deep repository on these reporting tools and on SAP. When I talk about SAP, I'm talking about, again, in this case, a calculation views, CDS views, and all this detail. And we have a customer, for example, is using SAC linked to SAP DataSphere, and behind and SAP DataSphere is linked to some CDS views. Okay, so if you want to do this link or to replace SAC by any reporting tools, you are the only one to do that. So it's a fantastic way just to centralize, maintain, and again accelerate the maintenance of your system and the rollout of any other analytics or views. Okay, and the last but not the least, BW, which is a big subject these days, of course, because BW, voilà, everybody want to be able to understand what they will need to do and what is going to happen with their BW system in the future. For a lot of customers, they is going to be end of life, so they will need to move, and they want to move to BW to something else. So we developed this very advanced connector where we can import all your BW object, right, and to do all the documentation of your BW component. So, and behind that, because we've got this wizard, what if you could import your BW and see all the component again, documentation of your BEX query, InfoCube, ADSO, composite provider, and so on? What if you had all the overall documentation? And what if using our wizard, you could select a BW and see the equivalent using our business content, and the system will give you the recipe. The recipe will be, you will install the CDS view typically on S4HANA or the equivalent on SAP DataSphere to rebuild using the state-of-the-art of this new technology what has been done in BW. And after, we have a lot of customers that also ask us, of course, to export all this information to any other third data lake. And of course, you can do that because voilà, when you build everything in SAP, you can export it if you have the right to do that. So typically through SAP DataSphere, you can export information to any other data lake. So it's what we provide. So again, it's a fantastic way to do the documentation. So maybe can you show maybe how does it look on BW through our BI Smart Repository?
Yes. So this is an example of BW content that we can analyze. This is an example with the standard BW cubes, but we can import all your custom BW objects from the data source to the composite provider, multi-provider, and the BEX queries, of course. So then when we have everything imported in the platform, if you want, for instance, to move these and migrate these BW contents in, I don't know, SAP DataSphere, S4HANA, etc., or Azure or Snowflake, we can use the analytics wizard here. This is the feature that will help you to create the technical specification for this migration. And for instance, we can drag and drop this BW cube in the analytics wizards, and then select a referential, an output referential, and then it will give you the most similar content that could retrieve, where we could retrieve the same data from the BW cube to a data mart that is a CDS or a cube from a DataSphere, and then you will see the correspondence with the SAP tables. Okay, everything, all these for calculation is based on the correspondence on the SAP tables. So you can see that for these with this DTM stock movement. This is the DTM provided by RapidViews. That is the same than this BW cube. and you will find every column in the new data marts.
And if you click on the recipe,
and if we click on the recipe, you will find every columns with the new specifications. Okay, the new the correspondence with the reports and the name of this new column.
So I import a BW cube. Well, in this case, it's a standard cube, right? And the RapidViews platform is giving you the data mart equivalent of this BW cube.
Yes.
That you could install on whatever you want, because we provide it on ECC or S4 or SAP DataSphere, correct?
Yes, correct. And then, so you can start with this DTM, but you can also start with these fact views. But if you start with this fact view, you will have to join 4 dimensions. So
the first one with this green stuff, it means that this one is covering 100%. The other one is not covering, and is telling you that you will need to add 4 dimensions. So what do we provide? It's not something closed. It's just we will provide you all the different kind of itineraries that we will find that could be possible using what we get in your repository. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. Super. Thank you very much. That's great, because again, it's first of all fantastic way to do all the documentation, online documentation of your legacy BW system. And if you one day you decide to move to something else, eh bien, we provide the equivalent of CDS or business content to help you to do that. Okay. And that's it. So that was a different search showcase or different use case, but you just you just did the presentation. You already talked about analytics and KPI hub, and again, that's just to show that in BW you can select a BW cube, send it to our wizard, and it will give you the equivalent within our business content. Or you decide to stay in SAP, or you decide to move to any other data lake that you could already have. Okay. Okay. So the main benefits. You can also, again, masterize all the content of your business intelligence environment. You can see all this concept of search, data lineage, impact analysis to find any information about your analytics system. You can explore your KPIs and reports. You can visualize it per business intelligence, per business area. And if you want to do all the documentation and migration, maybe one day of BW, you've got everything in one single place. So thank you very much, Alexandre. We are close to the end. So today we've got about 30 references in France, in Germany, England, Canada, Switzerland, using either or business content, some of them on ECC on HANA, or some of them on S4HANA and SAP DataSphere, or also using, of course, our overall business intelligence repository, or BI Smart repository platform that allow us to centralize all of that. Okay, maybe a few specific reference. Next team, it's French company. They are using S4HANA. At the end of the S4HANA implementation, they wanted to be able to very quickly to replug all their reports. They wanted to build about 75 new KPIs. So thanks to our business content, we installed MM, SD, FICO, QM, and PP directly on S4HANA. Using a calculation views in this case, because they were using Tableau software as a reporting tools. Very quickly, they were able to modify and to reset up these 75 KPIs and to provide to the end users this very strong semantic layer, so they could do whatever they wanted. Okay. Another customer, Souci Group in Canada. It's S4HANA public cloud customer, yes, public cloud customer. we find a way to extract all the table from this S/4HANA public cloud system to populate a SAP DataSphere system, and on the top of SAP DataSphere, they are using Microsoft Power BI as a reporting tools. So in about 2 months, they were able to get or to get at least a bunch of reports up and running on this new platform. So as you can see, this project is quite short and will really accelerate the deployment of your analytics project. Total Energy, which is the French huge petroleum company, it's different. They've got about, I don't know, something like 10 different S/4HANA systems. They extract information from these ERPs S/4HANA to SAP DataSphere. On SAP DataSphere, they are using our business content to use as a foundation of this concept of data warehouse, to have a uniform foundation, right, of this data mart. They are using FICO, SD, MM, and PM, and then everything is centralized in one place. And after, they export all the result to Azure, Microsoft Azure data lake. So as you can see, our RapidViews content can be used in different kind of scenario. And that's it. So we've got, it's about 2:50 p.m. Feel free to challenge us if you want. In a very short period of time, we can do some proof of concept. Typically on the BI Smart repository, it takes about 1 day to install the connector and to upload all your metadata. It's very, very quick. It's also the beauty of our product. It takes a few amount of time to set up this platform. And on the other side, we can also do some proof of concept on our business content. If you want to use it on ECC HANA, S/4HANA, or SAP DataSphere, it's quite also a short period of time. We can set up any proof of concept. Okay, and that's it. I don't know if you have any question. Feel free to ask. Now we are going to take the question. So again, we are open. If you want to do again a presentation to your teams, we will do that. We'll be very glad to do that. Okay. So if you do not have any question, again, thanks again. We will send you this presentation. Again, we are very, we have a lot of traction these days. We are doing a lot of things. BW is a huge attraction for all the big SAP customers that want to do all the documentation of their BW. We are doing also a lot of implementation, big SAP DataSphere project. We are very good on SAP DataSphere. We've got about 10 customers using our RapidViews on SAP DataSphere. It's up and running, so we have some extremely strong references. I'm thinking about the Louis Dreyfus company, LDC. It's a huge French multinational. They are doing a huge rollout of all our content on SAP DataSphere for a big worldwide data warehouse project. By the way, Alexandre, you are handling all this data warehouse project with your customer. So feel free to ask. We can connect you to any of our customers if you want to directly also to talk with them. Okay. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll talk you soon. Thank you, Alexandre. Also, thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.